Krishna. Nitai, 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 nitai. We may try to get on the topic of devotional service. The question what is asked is, what is service? Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is talking, saying this about what is service. That which gives pleasure to Lord Hari is service. And that which gives pleasure to ourselves is enjoyment. Two precious people may worship the deity with 16 ingredients in order to get sons and grandsons. But this cannot be called service, because the purpose behind their worship is to get something from the Lord. There's so much cheating going on in the name of deity worship and chanting of the holy name. Actually serving the Lord and making a show of serving the Lord are two separate things. We should be extremely careful to make sure that we are rendering service to the deity. Not just anyone can become a servant of the Lord's deity. Simply paying 20 rupees does not allow us to hear the Lord's holy names or a discourse on Harikatha. Such purchased recitations attract people because of the melodious singing and flowery language, but they have nothing to do with devotional service or Vaishnava Dharma. Instead, these recitations are karmakanda. Karmakanda means they are praying, they are chanting even the holy name. They are telling stories, like to tell stories. But with a different motivation, that we are the enjoyers. So I'm happy if I satisfy my audience. If they like me, this is my this is my payment. So they do everything that they like. They like me. Like that, nicely singing, nicely talking, telling all the stories, but this is not Vaishnavata. This is karmakanda, material enjoyment. A Brahmana priest who has been hired for 10 rupees cannot serve the Lord until we are firmly convinced that service to Lord Vishnu and the Vaishnavas is the highest attainment. We cannot benefit. So what is the living being's ultimate goal? Material enjoyment or liberation cannot be the living entity's ultimate goal. The living entities are servants of the Supreme Lord. So their ultimate goal is devotional service. Liberation is the other side of material enjoyment. Both material enjoyment and liberation are witches, because both pull the living entities away from the righteousness. This is why God-fearing, pious people never take shelter of witch-like material enjoyment or liberation. The devotees of the Lord are already liberated souls. Therefore, do not hanker for liberation. We should give up karma, jnana, and take shelter of devotional service. So here he is, Srila Prabhupada explaining that liberation is also damned, is rejected by the devotees. Liberation is also a kind of I thinking. I am happy then. I am liberated from the material. But there is no service in on this plane. On the other side, the devotees of the Lord are already liberated. Otherwise, they cannot go to the transcendental plane. They cannot go further. They have attained this liberation already, but they do not reject it. Therefore, do not hanker for liberation. So we should give up karma and jnana and take shelter of devotional service, bhakti. Is there any question on this topic?
Maharaj, can you read again this, when you start to read first?
The very beginning, you mean?
Yeah, just please, is the first or second when you today start?
What is service?
Yeah.
That which gives pleasure to Lord Hari is service. And that which gives pleasure to ourselves is enjoyment.
So what if you feel pleasure when you are doing service? So this means automatically this is not service, or how? Because higher taste, you mentioned higher taste 2 days ago.
You will stop when you feel pleasure cooking. Should you stop? It is a byproduct. If Krishna is happy, of course you will be happy also, because you are part of Krishna. You are connected in this service. But the gopis, or the highest devotees, they even don't want to get this pleasure. Please remove this. I just don't want it. I just want to please you. And this is a higher stage. It's the highest stage, actually. But of course, this is the secret. Real happiness can be only attained when we are serving the spirit soul, because this pleasure comes when he is happy, I'm happy. When Guru is happy, then I will be happy. This is natural exchange. It will come like this. But I'm not doing this for my enjoyment, but the enjoyment will come anyway. What is created is, I create a relationship to the pure devotee, or to the Lord himself. So when I satisfy or please the pure devotee, well, I say pure devotee, of course, foolish people think they are pure devotees. So they mean when I am happy, then everybody will be happy. So they try to the external activities, entertainment, make them happy. But this is not, there is a very, very big, it is exactly the opposite side. It is, I must get the mood. I am his servant. I am always his servant. Even if I attain the highest level, my attitude will always be, I am his servant. But there will be, in service, in friendship, in neutrality, or in whatever we feel attracted to, whatever mood our nature is. There we will serve the Lord. And when he is satisfied, then everybody will be satisfied. When I am Krishna conscious, I saw this in my Gurudev and many others, not so many, but when you're in his association, then there was no problems there. Because he carried Krishna with him. He carried all other things, they are just external. Of course, if one is very much entangled in the external world, and it's very hard for them. It is something they never experienced, like this. Something more on this topic now?
Oh, good, thank you.
So what is, we already talked about these things, that we don't want to hear your commentary. What is the living entity's ultimate goal? Did we hear this? No. Yeah? Oh, yes. Is a Kanishta Adhikarya superior to a Karmi or a Jnani? Is the question. Kanishta Adhikari, everybody knows? Who doesn't know? What is Kanishta Adhikari? Everybody knows? I know that not everybody knows, but nobody.
Maharaj, we know in the terror, like parent to the people.
Kanishta Adhikari means a materialistic devotee. Everything is, he is experiencing the Lord on the external plane. Like pujaris, they worshipping the Lord on the altar. And those who are not very advanced, they think he's on a higher level than the others, because they cannot be so close to Krishna, our God. This is Kanishta Adhikari. Materialistic devotees. They cannot see that in every living form there is Krishna present. So, and it is also when they close the curtain, then they think, oh, now he cannot see me. It's now, yeah, I have to pay obeisance. Then they open. It's also, it is good, we have to learn like this. But actually a pure devotee is not like, he's always much more close to Krishna than any Kanishta Adhikaya who thinks that God is only standing on the altar. Because he's always connected with him. He is always very close to him. But still, at the Kanishta Adhikarya, the question is if he is superior to a karmi, means a materialistic person, fruit, who are working for his enjoyment, or even a jnani, who is studying books, but it's only theoretical and not really realized. So Srila Prabhupada says, a Kanishta Adhikari is superior because he has adopted the path of devotion, the path of auspiciousness. Karmis and jnanis do not have such fortune. Kanishta Adhikaris are generally engaged in deity worship. By serving the deity, the Guru and the Vaishnavas, and by serving the Lord's holy name, living under this attains supreme auspiciousness. So if you attain supreme auspiciousness, why should you not enjoy this? But we are not enjoying in the first place. We enjoy the service who brings us. When he is pleased, the Lord is pleased, Guru is pleased, then this will come. So I want to please him more and more, not because I want to enjoy, but I can see that he is enjoying. There's no I thinking.
Maharaj, is there any difference between feeling of happiness and enjoyment? For example, one acharya told...
Yeah, happiness means enjoyment.
One acharya told, great acharya, Srila Prabhupada disciple, Bhakti Prabhupada disciple, he told, the best preaching to parents, like we are now with devotees, and we came to family and they ask us something about, he said the best preaching is to explain them feeling of happiness, what you feel in the kirtan, is that. So he said this is the best message to them. Is there any difference between such happiness or enjoyment?
If you, I don't know what is now fashion, what kind of music they're hearing now, but they also feel ecstasy. You must experience it.
Yeah. Yeah. Samadhi sometimes.
It's all a kind of happiness.
Could be something different in the kirtan.
Of course, but it depends on you. It is also said in another place that if a pure devotee is not present in a kirtan, then this kirtan is not kirtan, not real kirtan, because it is made for enjoyment, you know. If I want to make just music or kirtan that the others enjoy and they dance and they... I know in my 40 years ago or more long, in my beginning, there was one devotee from Germany. He made kirtan and whoever did not dance, you know, he took him physically and shaked him like this. But I was completely against this kind of kirtan. Kirtan is something what is touching your heart. It must be pure. When Mahaprabhu made kirtan, then he fell unconscious because Lord Krishna, Radha, Govinda manifested in his heart. And all the emotion and the ecstasy he experienced, like we have experienced also of this kind of kirtan we have heard.
We have no such thing. We compare it, but still we have to do.
Yes,
Part
yes,
of sadhana.
yes. We are beginners. We should always understand. One day we will get maybe a glimpse, a drop of this nectar. Then you will forget everything what is enjoyed in this material. What we are running for is like that. It is hell. It is no, you cannot compare it with the real, what means kirtan. It's not just reciting a song. It is something else, and this we have to discover. And this can be done by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. It is going like this. We are not able to do it on our own will. We will not be able. Yes.
Maharaj, when I was now in Istanbul, I had one discussion with one Muslim, and that he can like not accept it, like God, he can have some form, he can look somehow, and some philosophy was quite a lot different. And I have a question. There is like maybe 1 million Muslims which living also on this planet.
Yes.
Questioning, they can also have by this philosophy, or can they also have some connection with the God?
Yes. I know God is everything. There's nothing outside of God. Even you. You're also part of the whole. So it is forbidden in Islam that you imagine a form of God. So they do not accept that he has a form. So he's then a so-called a non-person. He's just everything. Means it is Brahman. It is transcendent. It is a spiritual plane also. There are Sufis I was reading 50 years ago, or longer, books about them. Sufis they are very sincere, they are powerful, they are mystics. And also I saw when I was in Afghanistan, this was in the early 70s, I saw them praying. I never saw praying like this, how they pray with, or how sincere they are, how austere what they are offering. They are religious persons, and they are fanatics also. You find everything there. As in the Christian church, you find everything there. They call themselves, but this is the powerful thing in Vaishnavism. He can understand. Everybody has his platform where he wants to belong to. You know what they are fighting in Muslims fighting and killing each other or killing even others. And how can you connect it with God? But they think if you die in the fighting, then you come to a planet, how many? 99 virgins waiting for you. Just imagine, it means hell. In this world, just imagine, okay, some king had maybe some, but the wives were not so satisfied. They were under pressure. Anyway, this is not topping. But we are understanding. Everybody has his level of understanding of spiritual topics. So if one stops and thinks he has now attained everything, the highest, then he will hold on this. But we should never think that we have attained this, because Jesus, like Srila Prabhupada says, he presented himself as a savior of the fallen. His laws were you should not kill, you should not steal, you should not have go for the wife of others, and all such laws, Such laws not given in the Vedas. It is natural that this should not be done. This is a much higher. And the form of Jesus, they think Jesus is always the same, like he was here on the planet when he manifests. Maybe he is now a devotee, pure devotee. He was the Son of God, they say. Some say he was the God. Also both are maybe right, because Guru is like God also. Because it's an expansion. He's speaking according to God's will.
Maharaj, what with this opinion, for example, about Jesus, we have to follow also 4 regulative principles. He gave some order to them also.
Yes.
Something. When great acharyas, when they came in the West, for example, we are all fallen, ignorant, we don't know nothing. So they should speak basic things. But doesn't mean that they don't know much more.
Who?
Like acharyas, or who come from India, for example, of the West. They have to speak us very basic things, very normal. You should to follow Ekadashi, you have to follow regulative principle, you should not kill animal, you have to not eat meat and this and this.
Prabhupada invented this 4 relative principles.
Principles are always there for benefit of people.
But it is natural in us. When we spiritually advance, automatically.
No, I wanted to say something else. Maybe it is Jesus, we don't know his personality. It is not through only few sentences what we know about him. Who knows?
Yes, of course. He has known, but he has preached to people according to their consciousness, according to their level where they are.
Swami Maharaj told if Jesus was not there, it would be difficult to speak about religion. They didn't know about religion, nothing. Living like barbars.
Yeah, maybe. It is everything under its control. For everyone has his level, and there he will get supported. Some worship or followers of politicians. This is like God. And the parties, the political parties, the green, how you call them? They are afraid that they are burning down everything, or that the world comes to an end. This is also a religion. They want to be the savior. They want to play God. They think they are more strong. They can control God. Everybody will get what he deserves, and he cannot escape. Whatever they may, fire, war, disease, whatever. Everybody has to die. They should go and find out how not to die. They should know, they should find out. But all politicians are also religions. They say only what I say, what we say, our party says, this is right. And the others are wrong. And now they're starting fighting on the subtle level. Right, they have in Germany and in Austria, they have one party. Everybody is against them, But they speak much more logical, much more. The people, they change all. Now they get all afraid in their religion, so they are fighting like anything, Also, all of them fighting now, They want to become the controllers and the doers. They forget that everything what happens, it happens not under their control. It happens under the control of Supreme Lord. Even the religious people, even the Pope, he has not enough faith in God that he thinks that we can change something. Yes, we can change something, but it is not that you have to stop now everything. You have to change your mind, because everybody nowadays is very dangerous, Everybody is in the mood of war. So, but by serving the deity, the Guru and the Vaishnavas, and by serving the Lord's holy name, living entities attain supreme auspiciousness. Sri Chaitanya Dev has said that the tongue of anyone who utters the name of Krishna, even once, is the best of all. A Kanishta Adhikari who worships the deity with mantras consisting of the Lord's holy names is superior to the best of pious fruitive workers in this world. He is also better than any jnani, because however great the karmis and jnanis may be, they do not have faith in the eternal service of this absolute truth, Vishnu. Therefore, even though they claim to be Vedic followers, they are actually atheists. Whereas the worshippers of Vishnu, regardless of their level of advancement in the kingdom of bhajan, are faithful to the deity from the absolute truth, deity form of the absolute truth, because they have heard of his glories from the mouth of their spiritual master. The thousands of karmis who have opened innumerable hospitals, old age homes, centers for poor and schools, and thousands of jnanis who have engaged in meditation and undergone severe austerities are insignificant compared to a single Kanishta Adhikari. Can you imagine? Vaishnava ringing the bell once before the Lord's deities. This is not sectarianism, but plain truth. Atheists can never understand the confidential purport of my words. So they sometimes openly and other times covertly criticize devotion as service. Yes, it is very difficult. It is not very easy attainable. So many criticisms may come. But in the end, they reveal themselves that they are actually atheists. So whatever way Lord Krishna is pleased to keep us, we should accept without reservation. Oh. To desire sound health in order to worship the Lord is favorable for devotional service. To desire sound health in order to worship the Lord is favorable for devotional service. To desire sound health in order to engage in sense gratification is not acceptable. Devotees do not wish to follow the path of the non-devotees, who demand that the Lord serve them. Rather, they pray for good health at the lotus feet of Sri Nrsimhadev, who destroys all obstacles in order to worship Krishna. And this is certainly favorable. So we can stop here. If anything, is there more to say? A few minutes.
I've heard that once you are like praying, like or chanting mantras, then if you are not doing it consistently, then there's apara. So
Speculation. But it is not favorable for us. Because why I'm not chanting? I must find out why I stopped chanting. What is the reason? I must find out as a devotee, you know. There's something not from our past life, not something in not proper tone. I tell you these things, I told it many times, but it is it was very helpful to me and very relieving for me when I asked Gurudev, how can I become a good devotee? And he said, whatever you experienced in your past, whatever you have learned in your past, whatever you have heard about spiritual life in your past, you kick it out. Everything, you kick it out. Then he told me this. I felt that like a whole planet was taken from my shoulders, a heavy weight. I was so happy. Because we are under the influence of what we have experienced in the past. And what we are thinking, what is right and wrong, and always I and my. I have to come like a baby. You're always imagining I am helpless. I am helpless. I need the help of Guru and Krishna. Everything else I should kick out. Not for Krishna's pleasure. Why I should become a demon? Stopping because my mind is going in the tamagun. What is this? All these things, we should never, we should never hear the mind and whatever may come. We are depending on Krishna. And if we need help, you pray to Lord Nrsimhadev. Namaste Narasimhaya Paladaladaine Hiranyakashipu Vaksha Siladanka Nakalaye Ito Nisingho Bharado Nisingho Yado Namitato Nisingho Vahaya Nisingho Lilaya Nisingho Narasimhamodim Saranam Prapati. You must pray with sincerity, earnestness. Otherwise, only to pronounce it without that you know that he exists, that he is reality. Then we will not be able to. He will not hear us. But we must, from the heart. It must come from the heart. We must pray to the Lord. And there we have to give up some old habits, whatever it may be. We should not be attached to anything what is now creates so much problems. Everything should be rejected. Give up. And when you can do this, then Krishna will care for us. He's caring anyway. But we are just getting the reaction of our past because we are not praying sincerely. We are not have faith in him. We are not calling Krishna, 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 and Krishna manifests before our spiritual, transcendental eyes. Then it will not have much effect. It's only external. And pure devotee like our Gurudev and so many of God brothers and Prabhupada and so many saints in the past, they are not moving on this level where we are. They are not touching. Even they speak about these things, they are not, have nothing to do with this. Just imagine, Srila Prabhupada had 64,000 disciples. And every disciple has now, those disciples who have problem with their mind are not able to surrender, not giving up, giving it to the Lord. I am helpless. What should I do? Please help me to chant the name. We have to surrender. If we can do this, then Krishna will care for us. Everything will be perfect. Even it is hard to accept, but the success or the result we are getting will be enormous. You are not anymore belong to the mundane world. You become a member of the transcendental world. If we lock ourselves in the room somewhere hidden, or in a forest, or in a cave, this is not, can be, but it's not that you are secured. Your mind is also with you. If you are not surrender, if you are not accept the help of Guru in Gauranga, then you are lost. Then your mind is your Guru. And he will tell you what is right and wrong. You have to give up false ego. Finished. It's okay. Radha Rani. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Gurudev Nityananda Vishnu Pada Padma.